Well, well. So I just got back from seeing the Bob's Burgers movie for the first time, and hopefully for the only time. By the way, sorry that my face is a little bit darker. I'm having trouble with my main monitor not working right now like it should. I'll have that fixed soon. So you can get this. It shouldn't be that big of a problem though. But yeah, went to go see this movie. It came out last Friday, 27th. And I'm gonna try and give my best breakdown of the experience because it was for sure quite the experience. You ever see one of those movies where it's just so bad that you can't do anything but just laugh at everything that's in the movie, but you know it's bad? That's the Bob's Burgers movie for you. So I'm gonna try and get my best to break it down. First off, though, this movie's bad. By the way, um, first off, it's marketed as a musical. At least that's what I was led to believe, based on other people that were talking about the movie and kind of what the trailers were. I saw like 2 trailers for this movie. I didn't see a lot of trailers. I haven't seen any other reviews of it, so I can say for certain what it will be. They failed horribly if they were trying to market this thing as a musical. For many reasons. First off, I didn't think there was many songs as there should have been to count it as a musical. There was like 3 main songs. One at the very beginning, one in the middle, one like the middle portion of the movie, and one at the end. And the one at the end was kind of just not even like its own song, didn't have like its own real theatrics to it. It was just for an outro to the movie kind of thing, like to end the movie off. So there's really only 2 main songs that they were really focusing on here with their budget. Can you really consider that a musical? I don't know. Um, but that's far from what makes this flop as a musical. So if you've never seen Bob's Burgers before, which I've never seen Bob's Burgers before, but I was able to imply based on the characters in the movie that all of the characters are very monotone voices. We'll get to those in a little bit in a minute. But if you've ever heard, like I knew the guy voiced Bob also does the convenience store guy from Family Guy. He has an extremely monotone voice. You can't make that sing without implying a 1,000 times level amount of auto tune. You can't make that a coherent song. Like they tried. I can at least give them credit that they tried, but they failed. Um, so to make it for any TV series become a musical, Bob's Burgers was probably the last option that they should have chosen. Oh god, the songs were, and then the dancing, the dancing. Oh, the dancing was cringe. The lyrics, the dancing was just absolute cringe. They were literally what I mean. They were dancing. They were dancing like I do with the TikTok rant, dancing like this. Woo, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they were shaking their butts, and they were just trying. It was like a TikTok dance. God, it was cringe, and the lyrics just made absolutely no sense. They were ranting on about random gibberish. They did not try and make them actually good songs at all. Maybe that was the intention. Maybe the intention was to make the music bad. I don't like to believe that that was the case, but maybe that was. Maybe that's what they were going for. If they were going for that, kudos to you guys. You guys did a good job. I don't think that was what it was supposed to be, though. My lord. That's those. Ironically, those were the parts of the movie that I was laughing at the most because they were so funny. The funny lyrics, the dance moves. Oh my god, they were so bad. All I could do was laugh. It's so bad, it's good, but in like a really bad way. Oh, it's so hard to describe. Let's talk about these characters because they have to go off the show. And again, I've never seen an episode of Bob's Burgers. I knew what the show was coming in. I knew the main cop guy is like the principal from Family Guy as well. I recognized him. And I knew a little bit about the main family. Their voices are just so monotone. And why do the girls sound more like the guys than the guys sound like guys, and the guys sound more like the girls than the girls sound like the guys? That makes absolutely zero sense. So maybe that's more of a general complaint probably about the show itself than the movie, movie specifically. But and also maybe it didn't help that I didn't come in with any emotional attachment. Noah said this best. I guess it didn't come in with any emotional attachment to the characters, and there really wasn't any true heartfelt moments in the movie. There was supposed to be the heartfelt moment of the one girl, the bunny ears, being not being called the baby, and for some reason she referred to that as the B word. That can be taken out of context, saying bitch instead of baby, which was the actual B word she was calling it. You can get a little bit mixed up there. That was like the premise of, and then there was like a love relationship, like a junior high love relationship with Tina. Tina sounded like a guy, sounded exactly voiced like a guy, probably is voiced like by a guy. And the mom was sound like she was voiced by a guy. Everybody sounds like they were voiced by a guy. Why is that? I have no idea. And then there was just so many random pieces of there was so many different random dialogue scenes where things were just going on all at once, and there's so many things happening, you had no clue what was going on, no clue how to decipher it all. And there was just like this like it was so hard to follow along at some points because it was just generating all of this random humor that really didn't even stick. The jokes were dry. I guess they weren't dry, but they were more so just really hard to understand. I don't know if they were pulling a Family Guy and trying to like reference their own show and like how maybe it's going down the drain, or maybe they're referencing other shows like it. I don't know. Because I never watched Bob's Burgers, so so that was kind of the jokes weren't the jokes were puns, and they weren't always great. The characters were pretty dry outside of the like they had this like helper guy that built like the cart and like that they used to illegally sell burgers on the amusement park, and he wasn't really developed all that well, even though he becomes a pretty big character in the movie. They didn't really develop him that well. The family's developed okay. The villains don't even get developed that well. The possible villains don't even get developed that well. The two rich guys, the actual villain, the lawyer, doesn't get developed that well. So you have to worry about that. And there's one scene though in general that I'm going to think about, other than songs, that I'm going to think about in this movie, and it's the car chase scene through the pier with the lawyer and the family. And the animation, I don't know if they ran out of budget or they had out of ideas or they were just too lazy to fix it. It reminded me of the scene in that one SpongeBob episode where Mrs. Puff and SpongeBob are fighting over the car that SpongeBob got for his celebrating getting his driver's license. Mrs. Puff didn't actually give him his driver's. He didn't actually pass. Mrs. Puff just gave it to him, and it was like that scene where SpongeBob was dragging him behind the boat, and Mrs. Puff's trying to get him off. The animation reminded me of that because it was a oversaturated mix of 2D and 3D models. The characters looked like they were supposed to be 3D models, but they looked more like 2D models. The cars looked like they were 2D models. The cars looked like 2D models. The background looked like 3D models. And it looked like the cars were like jigging along like we were in like Super Mario Kart for the SNES or something. It was super janky. I absolutely had no clue what we were doing. Okay, in the whole part, that whole scene. Right? And but I guess it's so bad that you can just laugh at it and have a good time. I'm glad I saw it. It was worth the $10 admission. But as somebody who has never watched an episode of Bob's Burgers, I have no intention to ever watch a single episode of that show at all anymore. Because it sucks. The movie was pretty bad. I'd say about 4 or 5 out of 10. It was a flop. It was to me, from an outsider's perspective, it does look like it seemingly is just a shot at Bob's Burgers just ending it, their show. Like, they're getting really close to ending it. Maybe they are. I mean, we've seen a Simpsons movie. We've seen a South Park movies. It was a two-parter. And we've seen Bob's Burgers. I guess Family Guy's next. That or American Dad. Seth MacFarlane gotta start getting work on that. One of your two shows. Maybe we'll bring back Futurama for a movie. Maybe Rick and Morty. Who knows? But this one was definitely bad. The South Park one was really good. Two-parter. Simpsons movie I haven't watched in a really long time. I'll probably watch that again, try and do a review on it. I don't know. This movie's an experience, though. It's really hard to convey it in a video like this for you guys. I can just speak in certain highlight points. We knew, you're in trouble, though, when the 20th Century Fox logo, they redo the audio for the 20th Century Fox logo, and it is some of the worst instrumental play that I've ever heard in my life. Like, we knew we were in for a ride when we heard that. So, yeah, just prepare yourselves for that if you decide to go see this movie. And if you do, maybe if we got some Bob's Burgers, like, enthusiasts watching this video, we can comment down below. Does this movie actually fit Bob's Burgers? Is it better than the episodes? Is it worse than the episodes? Is it a sign of the times or whatever? I need to know. It sounds like a really bad movie. But hey, what else could they have done? Who knows? That's going to do it for this video, guys. Stay tuned for much more amazing content. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.